So recently, I've gotten some feedback critiquing me for my capitalization of certain words in text, such as bear, salmon, or lichen. So I thought I'd take a moment here and address it because it's a concept that I picked up from Robin Wall Kimmerer in her book Braiding Sweetgrass. It's kind of deep, but I think it's one that we all would benefit from hearing. So English is a funny language, with many nuances that we've all just kind of learned to accept. And it has evolved over hundreds of years to become what it is today, with different slang and phrases that would make no sense to someone speaking it 500 years ago, just as some of their phrases wouldn't make any sense to us now. So language is a fluid, evolving way of communicating with one another within a society that's reflective of the values of that society as they change over time. So within that, English is rooted in some really old, archaic ways of thinking about the world around us, and this comes to light when we use these nouns. By standard definition, words like bear, salmon, or lichen are known as common nouns, just everyday things that we encounter with no special place or meaning. However, things like countries, cities, humans, companies, brands, and even God are all known as proper nouns, which are supposed to get capitalized when written down to honor their hierarchy above the everyday common nouns. English and the whole mentality one takes on in speaking, reading, and thinking in it is inherently anthropocentric, putting humans at the forefront of everything in both our communications and the way that we think. It is so egotistical. English inherently puts more value on these human things than it does things from the natural world, and I would argue that it's this subconscious exclusion of recognizing other forms of life as proper nouns that's been one of the many factors that's led to our collective passivity when it comes to society or industry acting in myopic, destructive, and unethical ways towards these various nouns of nature. And that is exactly why I deliberately capitalize words like red cedar, hemlock, bear, lichen, moss, salmon, etc. Doing so consciously honors their existence. It honors them as unique beings equivalent to humans. And no, it is not proper English, but that's exactly the point. I'm not writing a scientific paper here. This is social frickin' media. I'm trying to engage with you and get you to think differently about the natural world we all share so that maybe as a society, we can evolve our relationship towards it and thus the way we value it. And the language we use to describe these things outside of the human created realm is one of the first steps in creating that change. So sure, it breaks the rules of English, but silly rules like that are meant to be broken, and English does it all the time everywhere else. So let's play around with it, have a little fun communicating with these words that express how we truly value. And if capitalizing these words has been something that you picked up on or deemed as wrong, then perhaps it's a good opportunity for you to set your human ego and anthropocentric mode of thinking aside and reflect on your relationship to these words and all the incredible things in this world they represent, because they sure are beautiful.